really does bring the hairs on your back of your neck. And you could sense it as they walked out. It was absolutely sensational. The crowd lifted them, and you look at the fact that the likes of Peacock and Maguire, Sinfield, they've been here so many times, and so many on the other side. Matty Smith, you know, Liam Farrell, O'Loughlin, and they'd still get that nervous sort of feeling in the guts. And what a night for this man, Matty Bowen. He's my tip for man of the match today. He's been in superb form.
Well, we shall see. Someone else who's been in superb form this year is the referee Ben Thaler, his first grand final. He took charge of his first Wembley in August. It's the culmination of a very big year for Ben as well. And so it's Wigan in the cherry and white stripes who will be attacking from right to left as we watch. Matty Bowen gets us underway. The 2015 Grand Final, the most eagerly anticipated Grand Final in the history of this competition, is underway.
Well, look for the Wigan defence. They know they were strong, especially they absolutely, completely shut down the Huddersfield Giants. It got them to this final here at Old Trafford, but Wigan will try to do exactly the same. But that's a great offload. Hardaker's away.
He gets to the halfway line. He was surrounded by cherry and white, but then he goes down just over that halfway line. Burrow gets it away to Maguire. Maguire then will find Ablett. They'll attack down the left-hand side with Joel Moon. Joel Moon is pulled to ground by Matty Smith. It's Maguire again now. Maguire then finds Jamie Peacock. And Peacock, he's got his hand in the throat of Ben Flower. He goes down into the challenge of Crosby and Liam Farrell. And he gets to his feet and he plays the ball to Burrow. And it goes high off the right boot of Kevin Sinfield. And this is hanging, and this is interesting, and it's well played by Burgess.
Great shout as well by the winger. Burgess knew exactly that it was going to be his. Eyes on the ball, arms raised to comfort it into his chest, but again, great defence. They're expecting this to be one of the toughest grand finals ever, and I don't think the two sets of forwards are going to let them down.
And Leeds now hunting the mistake from Wigan 20 metres away from their own line. Matty Bowen was the dummy. Oh, that was high. Peacock into the face of Dom Crosby. The referee says play on.
He felt that, Crosby. That really should have been a penalty. Swinging arm from Peacock, did not miss him. And neither did Garbutt.
Steve-O, during the week, as Terry O'Connor talked about before the match, we were with Jamie Peacock. He said, I'm going to get stuck into the Wigan forwards. We're going to try and exert some physical dominance in the middle, and he touched the ball twice in the opening set of six and ran right at Ben Flower.
Just as he threatened to do. Ryan Hall now takes the ball forward for the Rhinos, plays the ball to Burrow. He finds the man of steel, Zach Hardaker. That was high as well from Crosby round the neck of Zach Hardaker. Here is Mitch Garbutt, and Garbutt will trundle the ball downfield.
Well, Ben Thaler, he says play on, it just hit the chest. I'm not so sure.
Maguire gets the ball away to Singleton. Singleton then finds Joel Moon, and Joel Moon, there's a desperate tackle needed by Ben Flower, and Burrow will try and weave some magic, dabs the ball inside, the ball is free all over the place, and it's picked up by Liam Farrell, and then Singleton following up pulls Farrell down right underneath his own sticks.
Well, Wigan, all sorts of trouble there at the play the ball area. You can't allow Rob Burrow to go and jinking runs like that. It looked as though he was going to pass, and I think it was McAloran that just got a hand to it, knocked it back.
We've only played for 3 minutes, but Leeds have been very impressive. They've made good ground, they've found an offload to keep the ball alive, and they've controlled Wigan in the defence. Very impressive start from the Rhinos here, confident as you would expect from them.
McAloran from dummy half finds his captain O'Loughlin. He finds Smith. This now is Liam Farrell, and this is a break on here for Wigan. Two on the left, one inside him in Bowen. He finds Burgess. Burgess escapes the net, and Burgess gets the first try for the Wigan Warriors. Joe Burgess, 21 years of age next Wednesday. His farewell appearance in a Wigan jersey, and he has given Wigan the perfect start. His 24th try of the season.
Tremendous play by Wigan. They caught Leeds defence out wide, and you you'll see that it's Sinfield that gets caught out of position, and Panel goes right round him. Sinfield looked very sluggish there. Watkins tried his damnedest, but the offload was superb. Great stuff. Sinfield just got out of sync there. You can see him way back down. Watkins tried, Farrell did exceptionally well. The winger supported. Boy, what a counter-attack. Leeds looked as though they were applying the pressure, and the Cherry and Whites have started the scoreboard.
Well, he got the only try for Wigan last year here in the grand final. The try, of course, that Wigan scored and they went home beaten. He will hope that that early score here for Sean Wayne's men will mean they are in the box seat to go home victorious tonight. But only 4.5 minutes gone. And they love to open the scoring and win from the front. Since losing at Leeds in the Super 8s on the 14th of August, Wigan have opened the try scoring in their last 6 matches, would you believe? So Matty Bowen has the chance to add the extras. He has taken over the goal-kicking responsibilities late on this season from Matty Smith. He's got 27 goals to his name so far in 2015. This his final appearance, beaten in the NRL Grand Final 10 years ago. And his kick has given Wigan the perfect start.
Well, Eddie, just moments ago we talked about Leeds Rhinos being very keen to throw the first punch, but it's Wigan who've drawn first blood. And typical Wigan, they overloaded their left edge, stripped the Leeds defence, and clinical finishing from young Joe Burgess.
And what a contrast to this time last year. This time last year, the Wigan Warriors were a man down. This time in 2015, they're a try-up. But they come up with the first big error from Matty Smith.
How many times do we see that? Throughout all my career watching rugby league, a team will score, they get delighted, then they just clock off for a second. No doubt about the knock-on. Ben Thaler, he could see too, and so could 73,000 people here.
Sometimes, Steve-O, you put all your effort into that first score, that first effort, and you're all tense, you're all focused and concentrating, and that lack of concentration has let Matty Smith down.
Callum Watkins gets to his feet, plays it to Sinfield. The drive coming in from Brett Delaney. How on earth he's playing here tonight, I'll never know, because last week, after the semi-final, he left the dressing room at Headingley on crutches. This now is Maguire, spins it wide to Joel Moon. Ryan Hall is halted by Manfredi, and also Bateman over on that far side. It's with Maguire. Here is Ablett. And Ablett trying to use his strength to get himself past 3 Wigan defenders. Burrow to Maguire. Back it comes then to Mitch Garbutt. What a story for Garbutt. A win would give him his 3rd trophy in only his 14th Rhinos appearance tonight. Incredible. He plays the ball to Burrow. Here is Sinfield. Slides the kick in. Oh! What a try from Maguire. Leeds respond immediately. He's not giving it yet though, Ben Thaler. Here comes the first video ref decision of the grand final. This is Richard Silverwood and Phil Bentham have got the final say on this one. They're looking for onside or offside against Maguire.
Yes, James Child has called from the side. There could be a slight issue. You can see from the side his block, but Danny Maguire, who scores the try, is onside. So that's play on from there, and that'll be the try confirmed. No problem with the grounding, in possession. Leeds have pulled one back.
Leeds have responded immediately to the shock of going behind to Wigan early. The try is given much to the delight of the Leeds Rhinos travelling army.
Tremendous play by Leeds. That was a set pattern move, no doubt in my mind.
This is his 5th try in 8 grand finals.
It all came about. Matty Smith come up with the error. They were on top, 6 points in front. Look what it means to Hardacre. But this is superb. They've been using this on the training paddock all week. The little dribble through. They know that this Wigan defence is ever so solid. And if you're going to get through a solid defence, you've got to utilise the kick.
So Kevin Sinfield to level the scores, which of course he does. It's 6 apiece in the final.
Well, it's kicking the ball that got Leeds to this game. Don't forget, a 40-20 kick from Kevin Sinfield last week helped to get his side here. And a now short attacking kick from Sinfield has got his side level. Again on the back of the kick-off from Zach Hardacre. Too hard for Matthew Smith to catch. Gave them the attacking position to count back. Wow, we've seen a lot of points in the first 10 minutes.
Haven't we just? We thought that we might be watching the best ever grand final. We have had one of the best ever starts to a grand final. 6-all. Yet 8 minutes to go.
And Eddie, listening to Danny Maguire in the week, he was talking about the departure of Kevin Sinfield. He said, throughout my rugby league career, Kevin Sinfield has been my captain. Well, I wonder how many times he's assisted a try or Danny Maguire has done likewise. So his sparring partner might be missing next year, but for now he's got Leeds back in this game at this early stage.
He has, and the man who scored the try off the end of the Kevin Sinfield kick, Danny Maguire, being tipped to take over as captain at Leeds in 2016. Oh, there's a knock-on. Big collision. Garbutt. And I think it was straight into the chest of Flower, it was.
And you always take a risk if you utilise the ball-carrying arm, and that's what it did. Flower got shoved back onto his backside, but he couldn't keep hold of the ball.
Well, the boys are on social media all night tonight, and Terry O'Connor's doing a stint now on Twitter at Sky Sports RL, hashtag AskSkyRL. You can talk to him. You'll be able to talk to Barry shortly. Terry and Barry will be swapping roles during the course of the match, and Steve-O will be with you at half-time. So plenty to talk about in the opening 9 minutes of the 2015 Grand Final. And Michael McAlorum is the dummy half. And here comes Ben Flower on the charge. Right in the middle of the field. We play the ball to McAlorum. Now it's George Williams, the newly crowned Young Player of the Year. Got the ball away to Joel Tompkins. We've reached the fifth tackle. Matty Smith wanted this ball. He's got it. He hoists it high. And Briscoe claims it. And was Briscoe tackled in the air? No, he wasn't. The referee is happy enough that 1 foot was on the ground. Just about.
Yeah, just got away with it. And you can see there that Briscoe's saying, well, surely they made contact to me. But I think he got 1 foot on the ground just at the vital moment.
Paul Mayne, the Wigan coach, looking on. This is his third successive grand final. In his first year in charge, they were top of the table. Not a bad record. But this is the one he wants. This is the one they both want. The big night here at the Theatre of Dreams. It is a nightmare for some. It's a dream occasion for others.
Well, the quality of both sides, Eddie. You've got to just anticipate that it's going to come from an error. It came from an error from Kevin Sinfield in the wrong position in defence that made the break, that scored the try for Wigan. And then, of course, we see the error from Matty Smith from the kick-off. Allowed Leeds a position to square it.
It's Wigan from that goal line dropout, and Liam Farrell, who made the break that produced the first try, will deal with his threat this time. Now it's with McAlorum. Here is Williams again, changes the direction of the attack, can't get the ball away though, goes down tackle number 4, just 10 metres away from the Leeds line. It's a great run from McAlorum. He's not tackled.
He's lost it.
He is. The ball is lost.
Yeah. Should be a knock-on for Wigan, but boy, Leeds were nearly caught out there. They thought he was going to offload to O'Loughlin, and it just squeezes out underneath his arm.
It's outstanding goal line defence. Michael McAlorum has every right to get back up, and the ball hits the shin of Zach Hardacre. But during grand finals and big games, yes, it's about taking your opportunities and making the most of the time when you're on the front foot. But it's what you do when you're on the back foot. When you make a mistake, what's your reaction? What's your response?
Well, pretty fortunate there, Eddie, because it looked to me as though Michael McAlorum would have gone over the whitewash. I think it was Peacock's knee that dislodged it in the end. Boy, that was close.
Monday night man of steel named as Zach Hardacre, coach of the year Brian McDermott. This is Rob Burrow now. Leeds also named the club of the year. Young player of the year was Wigan's George Williams. We are watching the men who swept the board of the major honours on Monday night. This is Burrow again. Back he comes to Maguire. He's just outside the 40. It's a deep, deep kick to the corner, though.
Wonderful
Will it stay?
kick.
Will it stay? Will it stay? It's a tap on the 20. Restart. No, Brady waited and waited.
I wish they'd get rid of that rule. I really do.
Well, it was very, very close, because I'm sure the ball was stationary when he picked the ball up. He's got to, the ball has to be moving when he picks it up for it to be a 20-metre restart. He left it a long, long time.
Wait here, boys. Wait!
Maybe just
Probably
its
just
way.
moving. Probably just.
Good decision then from Ben Thaler.
Yeah, but it takes away the quality of the kick. I mean, it was superb, wasn't it?
And with these shallow in-goal
Yeah,
areas
it's
as well
gonna-
at Old Trafford, even better.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. The sooner we get rid of that, the better.
Here's Matty Bowen, desperate to get his hands on a grand final winner's ring. Smith.
Oh, that's a poor kick, and they went early. They went on the third. That's a huge gamble. If you're going to go early in the tackle count, you've got to make sure it gets right into the corner, not down the throat.
In return from Zach Hardacre. It's noticeable how often Leeds have had the wingers and fullback trying to run the ball so they get a quicker play of the ball. Very different to what we've seen from them this season. They've had the outside backs involved as heavily as possible in the opening 12 minutes.
This is Carl Ablett, ever present this year, the only man to play in all 36 games for the Leeds Rhinos. Jamie Peacock offloads to Sinfield. Lovely ball out the back door to Callum Watkins. And Watkins goes down 10 metres inside the Wigan half of the field.
Another great tackle by the prop, Ben Flower. He's working overtime in defence. This guy is giving him all sorts of problems. Is Burrow. He knows it was a bit high there, but he's pretty close to the ground.
Good kick again from Maguire. Well, that's a tackle in the air. Singleton just lost the plot there for a moment, taking Manfredi out while he was still airborne.
No doubt. He said he was going for the ball, but it was quite clear.
Well, to be fair, his eyes are on the ball. It's a clumsy collision.
It doesn't matter where your eyes are, it's where your body is.
Well, he's appealing to the referee that he's going for the ball. He's looking at the ball all the time. Here's Rob Burrow. You're right. His agility. He's one of the most dynamic players in our game. So small, so agile, and so quick.
And the biggest problem, because it's so small, you know, nearly every tackle that's going in looks as though it's a head-high. That was pretty 50-50.
Wigan coming forward on the back of the first penalty of the grand final in the 14th minute of the match.
And you can quite clearly see that Wigan, they're targeting the skipper, Kevin Sinfield, who's on this defence on the right-hand side.
Okay, Kevin, where is Jamie?
They're going the other way, though, right now with Matty Smith. He just drops the pass off to Joel Tompkins.
Movement! Ready, boys. Okay, 4.
Here is George Williams, attacking the line.
5 away, Kevin!
Said during the Man of Steel ceremony on Monday, isn't it good that we've got an English number 6 operating in Super League this year?
Yeah, and a lot of people thought perhaps that this big occasion may upset his, shall we say, his play. It's his first real big final, but he looks experienced, doesn't he? He looks as though he's been around for many, many years.
Meanwhile, this is a great take from Ryan Hall.
Wasn't it ever? That spin in the air to take that. And again, we see Ben Flower getting the first tackle in.
Briscoe gives it to Watkins. Watkins, though, standing start, and Wigan saw that he wasn't going very far.
Well, Leeds have done pretty well for 15 minutes, but there's just a question mark here, though, whether they're just running out of steam, whether they can stay at the pace and intensity that Wigan are for the next 10 minutes, because they struggle to go forward in that set.
Burrow with a left-footed kick downfield, which is bobbling and will definitely stay in the field of play this time. Bowen will return it.
Good chase as well.
Tried to go inside Maguire, couldn't get away from Garbutt.
Well, the object now for Leeds is to try to keep them down in that defensive red zone.
Gildart, what a story Oliver Gildart is. Only turned 19 in August. Liam Farrell with a solid run from the Wigan second rower, gets them over the halfway line.
It's a big ploy, isn't it, from Sean Wayne, the Wigan coach. He loves nothing better than to get Farrell running out on the left-hand side.
Great quick hands from Wigan, though. It finds its way to Joel Tompkins. And Tompkins going down that side, gives it then to Manfredi. And Maguire in the end deals with the threat of Dominic Manfredi. It is with Bowen. Bowen then into Matty Smith. Smith to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin to Williams. Williams dabs the ball forward. And Jamie Peacock to the rescue.
Yeah, a good job with the prop forward just to put himself out of that defensive line. And any youngster watching, watch how Peacock puts his body and makes sure that no one can get to it.
Garbutt again takes the ball forward. Three Wigan defenders deal with the threat. Crosby, Flower and Farrell. And here comes Delaney.
Boy, this game has been played at hectic pace. Both sides want to get on with it. So much talent out there.
Ablett again. A little alarm before the match to see one or two empty red seats, but they've all filled up now. This is a 73,000 record crowd we're watching the grand final of 2015 between the two best sides in the Super League, and Sam Tompkins of Wigan been on Sky Sports News all week building up this match. I wonder whether he will be out there himself in 2016, and the man who lifted the Super League trophy for St Helens in 2014, Paul Welland's not too far away from him either.
Oh, that's a big one. Sometimes you can make too many passes, and I don't think Matty Smith was aware that that was going to be on. It was an inside pass to Matty Bowen in the first instance. Bit overplayed here.
And that's the pressure that Leeds have been building. I get your point, Phil. Leeds look tired, but their last two games, Huddersfield and St Helens, they've been at this point, they've lived at this point, and we're very early in this game. Very early to be talking about who's in a dominant position or not, but this is what Leeds want to feed off. They want Wigan near their own try line, because they realise how dominant, how quick, and how clinical they are when it gets near to their own try line.
Oh, and there's a mistake immediately from Adam Cuthbertson. He's not been on that long. And we're going to have it back with Oliver Gildart.
Well, I said earlier that with both defenders pretty strong, it's, when you come up with the errors, gives the opposition a very good opportunity to take advantage.
O'Loughlin in centre field finds Williams. Williams then finds Smith. Here is Bowen. Owen desperate to win this grand final, having lost last year, and with the North Queensland Cowboys in the NRL 10 years ago. Lee Mossop will take it forward. They're 15 metres away from the line with Matty Smith. Matty Smith had Tony Clubb in support, but that was a fierce challenge from Singleton. This now is Williams. He goes around, or he attempts to go around. The ball then is just thrown anywhere, and he finds Tony Clubb. McAlorum waits the dummy half for Wigan. He fires the pass to Smith, who in turn gives it to Bowen. Bowen cuts inside a couple, gets the ball away to Mossop. Mossop to Bateman.
Oh, he did well.
Did brilliantly well to get away from Ryan Hall.
It's on the last.
They're keeping this ball alive. Oh, Matty Smith with a juggle. And the ball comes free, and Leeds have got the ball back.
Well, I'm not so sure that Sean Wayne will be happy with that. If you're going to get into a good position, and they certainly were, the Cherry and Whites, this is when you've got to make sure you put the kick into the in-goal area. He's not happy with that. Trying to play the power play.
Before the game, John Wells spoke about 1%ers, the extra effort needed to win a game like this. Well, I think Ryan Hall just came up with one of those. To work his way in field, he knew his side was stretched. He was the man who dropped on that loose ball and saved the Rhinos on that play.
Kevin Sinfield in back play is not involved in this for Leeds, and we've got Cuthbertson with blood streaming from his head as well, and Sinfield's being taped up as we see this kick from Rob Burrow into open spaces, and then being picked up by Dominic Manfredi. Manfredi will take it forward. This is the injury. Was it a clash of heads with the two Leeds men? Yes, it was.
Certainly was, and boy, big impact.
Burgess, try scorer for Wigan.
Good work there by Ryan Hall. He wasn't going to be fooled by the attempted dummy.
Tompkins goes down. Lays the ball to McAlorum. Bateman now will take it forward once again for the Wigan Warriors. Joey Barton, massive rugby league fan, is here at Old Trafford tonight. And this is Lee Mossop. Mossop is wrestled to the ground by Garbutt. He'll play it here on the last And it's now with O'Loughlin. He finds Joel Tompkins. Tompkins dabs the ball through. Brilliant take by Maguire.
What's it evident as he knocked on?
It's the blood bin, I think. That's what he stopped the clock for.
I thought for a moment there he was going to give it as a knock on, but I thought Maguire got it cleanly.
Well, he's shown good skills, hasn't he, Danny Maguire at both ends. One end to score a try with an awkward, difficult kick that he took. And that's a brilliant read at the other, isn't it? Good skills. It's not easy to take in a bouncing, moving ball like that. Here's the head clash with Cuthbertson and Sinfield. The claret for both of those.
Two headaches. And both of them with their heads taped now.
Time's up.
Eddie, what you've got two very committed sides. There's nothing in this game, and it's just going to come down to a lapse in concentration. If someone goes for that miracle offload when they're near their own line, or if someone drops the ball, bring it out here. Look at the pressure that Leeds Rhinos are under. Wigan getting off the line, hunting in numbers like they've done all year.
Welcome to the grand final, Terry.
Thanks a lot, Eddie. I've been here all day, actually.
You've been able to keep an eye on this while you've been talking to all your millions of followers on Twitter, have you?
Yep. Some great questions as well, Eddie.
I hope you've told the truth. This is Ablett to his feet. He plays the ball here to Burrow. Burrow could be the difference between the two sides tonight. Barry McDermott is now on Twitter, @SkySportsRL, #AskSkyRL. 40-20 from Kevin Sinfield possibility. Didn't get the angles right. Burgess is underneath.
Yeah, good position by the winger as well. And that was good pressure by Wigan. Oh, that looked high. That certainly did look high there from Cuthbertson.
Wait!
Straight into the neck, should have been penalised. Well, he's giving both sides a bit of latitude, isn't he? Ben Thaler, the official.
Interesting here, Michael McAlorum has just left the field. Didn't play last year in the grand final defeat, and he's just come off looking a little disconsolate.
Well, to be fair, whenever Sean Wayne has thrown out and took McAlorum off, Sam Powell has done a fine job.
And there is Powell at dummy half here. Powell will take the ball forward. Been a big 23 minutes or so from McAlorum. Maybe he's just feeling the pinch a bit. Matty Smith will hoist a high kick, and this is high. And who's claimed that? I think the referee says Leeds ball. He says that Tom Briscoe got to it before George Williams. Ball trying to work it away from his own line.
Wigan are applying no rule one when it gets to a big game. Contest the kicks, don't just put it up and hope for the best. And now conceded a penalty though. Ryan Hall working harder than Liam Farrell. Wouldn't release him. Wrestled him over on the ground, and that took too long. Relief for the Rhinos.
Second penalty first for Leeds.
Yeah, and it could have been a penalty for the flop, because it looked to me as though Sean O'Loughlin came in very, very late on that one. Anyway, Leeds have got their just desserts.
So a chance for them to build from 10 metres inside their own half. Peacock takes it to within a couple of metres of the halfway line before he's brought down by Powell and Farrell. Here goes Garbutt.
Well, I said before the game,
Cuthbertson, I beg your pardon, Adam Cuthbertson.
Eddie, I said before the game that if Leeds were or thereabouts in the scoreboard with over 20 minutes gone, I think their confidence would build, because Wigan like to take over in the first 20 minutes. The first quarter, they like to be dominant, and I'm afraid they haven't been able to do that.
Now then, there's a chance here for Leeds on the left-hand side with Ablett, but Wigan funnel across quickly to bring him down. Maguire is pointing the direction, he's telling everyone where they're going, and he's going the opposite way. And down he goes in the tackle. They reach the fifth, so here comes the last for Leeds. It's with Zach Hardacre, and a crossfield kick looking for Tom Briscoe. Burgess is tall. Burgess has knocked that forward, has he? Oh, Watkins did brilliantly, and in it comes. Oh, Hardacre couldn't take it. It's now with Peacock. He's wiped the tackle count down as the referee.
Oh, it looked for a moment there that there was a bit of a knock-on. Burrow is dangerous from this area.
And he's done a 360
he's done the
degrees.
loop.
He's given it to Sinfield. And Burrow waits again. Burrow from the short side. Hardacre.
Well, you don't
straight into George Williams.
You don't normally see a fullback come through, and he's given a penalty.
Penalty to Leeds here.
Overreacted. Boy, that was a strange move. where you always look for the short pass to the big forwards.
They're having a look at Kevin Sinfield, see if he wants to take the two. They're not interested now. That was Cuthbertson. He took the 1-2 with Peacock, and then the drive in at Tony Clubb. So second quick penalty to the Leeds Rhinos. Can they make something of it? With Maguire, he gets it away to Joel Moon. Moon is evasive and he finds Peacock. And Peacock hangs on somehow. One-handed, and down he goes on tackle number 2. Leeds camped at the moment underneath those Wigan posts. It's with Sinfield. Now Hardacre. And Hardacre, good tackling low down by George Williams. A little bit of a help from Gildart as well. And Burrow gets it away eventually to Moon. He helps it on to Watkins. Watkins on the fly to Delaney. Delaney then through the fingertips, went backwards, so play on. And Ryan Hall is scrapped to the ground by Joe Tompkins.
One drive, Eddie. Oh, he's offloaded it.
And here comes Maguire. Short ball to Watkins, put down. Referee says play on. Referee says play on.
See why Ben Thaler had said it's play on.
They're giving a try on the field here. They're going to give a try on the field here.
We just make sure there's no knock-on off Leeds, please.
And knock-on off Leeds is what they are looking for. Stuart Cummings.
Well, it was called play on straight away by James Child, who had a good view from the side. He didn't see anything wrong with it. Must have looked like it was stolen by Wigan. Certainly looked like a knock-on from Leeds. Luckily Leeds have scored, so we'll get a good chance to see what happens. Well, I think he's just lost that ball. I think he loses it coming across. It's certainly not stolen in the tackle. I think the arms from Williams go above the ball, and I think you can see that ball's been knocked on by Danny Maguire.
But does it come off the leg, Stuart, and go backwards?
I think it comes off the leg, and I think it goes backwards, Eddie.
Well, it can't be classed as a kick, that's the problem, because it hits the thigh as opposed to below the knee. So if that goes forward, then you'd have to say that was a knock-on.
Well, remember, it's been handed up as a try, and this is the decisive moment there.
Well, that's it, and the video referees have got to try and decide now, because it's been sent up as a try, they've got to try and decide whether that ball goes forward. And certainly from that angle, from that shot, it looks like it, at best, travels sideways, which isn't classed as a knock-on.
I think this try will be given.
Well, from what you've seen, it is a try, isn't it? Even though I think it initially went forward onto his leg, but I think this is a try, Mike, because there isn't the evidence to prove it.
It's a big moment already in the grand final.
But that goes forward onto his leg before coming backwards.
So therefore, it's not classified as a knock-on.
But what Leeds do, better than more sides in the cup, they play every moment. They play to the whistle, don't they?
Hardacre was very clever here. Some of the Wigan players just stopped. They say, well, surely that's a knock-on.
Well, hang on, they're having a look at this all the way through to the end, all the way through to the grounding.
This is TRY time.
This is going to be given to Leeds.
TRY definitely come up on the big screen. It'll be woe for the Wigan fans, but listen to the Rhinos fans in there. They're having another little look.
Still not 100% convinced. Maybe now they are.
Well, Burgess got a hand to that, so that's when the official Ben Thaler said that's back to 1.
Well, they need to make a decision now, don't they?
Well, I think the decision's made. They can't decide whether it's a knock-on or not. They've got to go with the on-field decision, which is try.
And having another look at the grounding from Joel Moon. It's Richard Silverwood, Phil Bentham, who are in the video ref booth tonight, and this is the first big call of the grand final. Ronnie the Rhino says he has given a try. What do the two gentlemen who matter say? A try is given. A try is given to Joel Moon, to the Leeds Rhinos. And Joel Moon has got the try.
Well, the most important factor as far as Leeds are concerned, their kicking game has been superb so far. This is the high kick that put them in that position. Absolute superb by Watkins. See there, George Williams just pulls the ball out.
That was the penalty.
But that was controversial, Eddie. It was one-on-one. Either way, they got the tackle completed. And watch the Wigan players just stand around and say, oh, well, it's got to be a knock-on. You play to the whistle. Moon on the inside. They've been stunned.
They have been stunned, and this is a chance for Kevin Sinfield to add 2 more points to that total. And Sinfield cannot draw it over the top of the bar. 10-6.
Eddie, up to the point of scoring this try, Leeds were looking like they were making it up. It was good defence from George Williams, but the play here from Zach Hardacre to pick the ball up, get away from Matty Bowen, get on the edge of him and offload that ball. He knew that if he got low enough, he could pass the ball underneath Tony Clubb. The threat for the Rhinos are the edge plays. The threat for the Rhinos are Watkins and Moon and the Hardacre. They need ball in space.
It's the Leeds Rhinos' 9th grand final. They're seeking a record 7th win here at Old Trafford. Their last appearance in 2012, they beat Warrington 26-18, having lost to the Wolves at Wembley 6 weeks earlier. This year they've won at Wembley. They've won the League Leaders' Shield. They are after the Grand Slam, last achieved in 2006 by St Helens. This man achieved the treble with Bradford in 2003. Jamie Peacock. Last match tonight. Does he go out in glory?
Well, it certainly looks that way. Oh, that's an error. Cuthbertson, and I'm afraid Danny Maguire couldn't keep it in.
Here's Bateman for Wigan as they try to respond immediately to that try, just as Leeds responded to their first try. And now it's Clubb.
Quite a lot of players out there, and they must be feeling nervous. Far too many errors. What a tackle there by Peacock.
Great tackle by Peacock on Lee Mossop. He played the ball to Powell. And this is O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin back to Joel Tompkins. Tompkins keeps it going to Powell again. They want it left to Wigan. It's come that way with Bowen, with Matty Bowen, and he's flattered to the ground by Callum Watkins.
Tremendous defence by the centre.
Williams, great on his feet, Williams. Great ball, Gildart! And Gildart is pulled down.
Hardacre got up to him, couldn't get the ball away over the ground.
This is Bowen. Bowen finds Williams. Williams looking to unlock this Leeds Rhinos defence. The Leeds Rhinos defence is standing firm. They've reached the last tackle.
Got to put the kick in.
Smith, Tompkins. Tompkins, oh, that bounces everywhere. And who's got this? Ryan Hall, knock on.
Yeah, I think
knock
Leeds.
on by Ryan Hall.
Yep, I think so.
So does the referee, more importantly.
Good kick through by Liam Farrell, but did Farrell take out Ryan Hall while he was trying to get to that ball? It'll be interesting.
So knock on by Ryan Hall gives Wigan this opportunity.
Wasn't it always difficult for that man Ryan Hall to get this ball? Look, he's got 3 plays to contend with. He's got Joel Tompkins who's going to run straight at him. He's got Bateman, he's got Manfredi. And there's Wigan on the attack again through Bowen.
Matty Bowen, a desperate tackle needed by Carl Ablett, and it was. And Farrell waits the dummy half. Fires the pass then to Mossop. Mossop picked up and dropped to the ground by Joel Moon. Sam Powell. Powell looks for the runners. Smith, Williams, dabs the kick in. That's going to be too long.
As you can see, very, very narrow in-goal area. And you've got to make sure that your kicks are so precise. You've hardly got any room to move in that in-goal area.
Right, let's get down to Brian Carney because we've got news of Leeds Rhinos injury problems. Brian.
Well, they're not quite problems, Eddie. They do have an issue with Kevin Sinfield and Adam Cuthbertson, as you've mentioned in the commentary. They both have got their heads strapped. But the minute the head clash occurred, the first call was to Glyn the kid man, get a change of jersey. Boys are staying on the field. We'll wrap up their heads and we'll look at them again at half-time, see if they need a stitch. Just on that try that was given, Danny Maguire's questionable play at the ball, was it a knock-on? I looked at the faces of the Wigan players, I looked at the faces of the Leeds players on the bench, and Eddie, neither set of players were able to say if it was a knock-on or not. There wasn't many complaints from the Wigan players. Leeds players obviously delighted with the decision in the end. Gives you an indication of the difficulty of making decisions like that.
Absolutely, and on an occasion like this, as well. Brian Carney on touchline for us tonight. Bill Arthur still not with us, not too clever just lately, Bill. Know you're watching this evening, Bill, and we will welcome you back with open arms in 2016 for the start of the new season, and continue to get better, please. This is Wigan coming forward with Farrell.
And again, good work by Callum Watkins. No chance for the big second rower to offload. This is going to be a good kick.
It is a good kick from Matty Smith. And Ryan Hall does well, and he is trapped in goal by Manfredi. Was he tackled in the air? Hall says he was.
It was pretty
and
close.
The video referee is going to have a look.
Oh, it certainly was.
Well, they went for the ball, Stuart, but I think the tackle then was made.
Yeah, he contested the ball in the air, and as he comes down, he grabs hold of Ryan Hall, and that should be a penalty. And I think the video referee will step in here, and we'll give Ben Thaler the tip. And there we are.
That's well done by Ben Thaler. Originally he said a goal line dropout. Hall appealed, and he just asked the video referees to have 2 quick looks at that.
Well, that's like a captain's challenge, isn't it? Related to being the captain, you appeal to the referee and you get a penalty if it goes the right way.
Absolutely, but we've got the right decision, so perhaps that's the right way to go with things.
So what have we got left on the clock in this first half that is absolutely raced by? Kylie Leuluai, the third big name to depart Wigan, depart Leeds at the end of tonight when they finish tangling with Wigan here. There's another one, Jamie Peacock. There's the third, Kevin Sinfield. Here is Ablett, will be back next year. Sinfield again. Ball comes into centre field to Cuthbertson, a nominee for the Man of Steel. Burrow trying to do exactly that. Burrow underneath Bateman, and Mossop couldn't do so. Cuthbertson again spins away from Mossop, gets the offload away to Burrow. He finds Maguire. Maguire then with a looping pass wide, finds Tom Briscoe. Briscoe's got Watkins. Watkins down the line. Watkins inside to Maguire. Second try for Maguire. Second try for Danny Maguire. And Liam Farrell coming in very, very late on the Leeds try scorer.
Brilliant play.
Danny Maguire, his 8th grand final, seeking a 7th win. His try ended Leeds' 32-year wait for the title in 2004.
Well, Wigan have kept Cuthbertson pretty quiet so far, but you could see that they came out of the line, and he just goes on the inside. Look at the support play. That is outstanding rugby league football. It does not come much better than this. Did you see how the centre realised, came on the arc, knew that he had Maguire on the inside? He's done it so many times. A little bit late there by Liam Farrell, but it won't take away the smile on Maguire's face.
Wow, decisive moment maybe in the grand final from that man, Danny Maguire.
And it was also instrumental on getting that looping pass over the top. I think you find that it's Gildart that went in on the angle, and Maguire flipped the ball way over the top that allowed the inside and then outside run. And the way that Callum Watkins took that ball from Briscoe, sensational stuff.
This is the only part of the field where Kevin Sinfield isn't a world-class kicker. He's 10 metres in from the right-hand touchline. Everywhere else on the field, he virtually never misses. But this is his Achilles kicking heel. Can he nail these 2?
He missed one from a similar position not long ago, but he's nailed it this time. The flags go up, and so they do at the other end of this wonderful stadium as well. The Leeds Rhinos fans are celebrating a 16-6 advantage.
You know, what about the try from that man, Maguire? But I think that the vision from him initially was absolutely brilliant. To give the ball to Callum Watkins, to get on the edge, to use his space, to use his composure, to pass the ball at the right moment to that man who was inside.
So Leeds ahead. 5 grand finals in 6 seasons. Back at Old Trafford for the first time since 2012.
Boy, that was a great take by Zach Hardacre. He realised he couldn't get the left leg over the in-goal area line.
Doing something they've never done before. If they hold on to this advantage, the Rhinos beating Wigan in a major final for the first time in their history. A long, long way to go yet. Only 10 points the difference. Full 40 minutes still to come in the 2015 Grand Final. But Leeds with their tails up here.
Yeah,
on for the treble, they believe.
Yeah, they're doing the basics well. This should be a real kick into the corner. That's smart thinking. Just turn the opposition around. He was a saviour, wasn't it? Semi-final, 40-20. Then he kicked the pressure kick.
Hope for Wigan and their supporters. They trailed at this stage of the Grand Final 2 years ago against Warrington. 16 points to 6. They came back and they won the match. It ain't over yet.
Eddie,
the big girl isn't warming up yet.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Eddie, but I don't think that Wigan can concede another try. If they concede another try, I feel that it might be just a bit too much for them, because with Kevin Sinfield's game management, you saw him with that kick. You saw a couple of runs from Leuluai and Jamie Peacock. These lads are only playing for 42 minutes, and then that's it. And Sean Wayne has got to give a tremendous team talk at half-time.
Wigan looking for something as we approach the half-time siren with Burgess, and he gets it away, and that's brilliantly picked up by Oliver Gildart. An absolute wonderful take from the youngster. Bowen, on the bounce it finds its way to O'Loughlin. He wasn't waiting for that. He had to halt his stride to pick it up. They've grounded him on the halfway line. This is Sam Powell. Tackle count has restarted, says Ben Thaler. That's a bit ambitious, and that's a second knock on.
Bateman just couldn't pull it in. And you cannot afford to come up with an error like that. Nothing wrong with the pass. Time pass there by Liam Farrell. He should have taken it. He knows it. He knows that he's put his team under pressure yet again.
If that pass comes off, obviously it's okay. But they didn't get to the kick. They've not got to the kick. They made a couple of mistakes in similar position in this first half. They've got to make sure they kick it into the corner and challenge Leeds to bring the ball away, trying to force that big shot, because what Wigan do, and one of the strengths has been all year, is the way they condense the defence and they get off the line and try and intimidate the opposition.
Into the final minute of the first half. Sean Wayne with a furrowed brow. Terry says he's got to deliver quite
that looked forward. Got away with that. Surely they'll realise there's only seconds left. This has got to be a high bomb.
Well, half a minute remains. Short ball to Ablett from Maguire. And down he goes. Now 20 seconds away from the siren. They're going down that left-hand side with Maguire. Down to the in-goal area. And it's just too long. Very shallow in goal here at Old Trafford.
Yeah, it's got to be virtually perfect.
I think Leeds will be happy enough with that, though. They'll get this tackle in on Liam Farrell, and that will do. So Leeds are ahead by 16 points to 6. It's 2 tries from Danny Maguire. Joe Burgess had given Sean Wayne's men the lead in only the 3rd minute, 6-0. 4 minutes later, Maguire struck back with his first, 6 apiece. Then Joel Moon went over for a try that took some deciding from the video referees, but it was given the green light. And Maguire again, 5 minutes from half-time, with Sinfield adding the goal. And that's why at half-time, Leeds take a 10-point advantage into the changing rooms with them. Sinfield's rugby league career, the end of Jamie Peacock's rugby league career, the end of Leuluai, and the end of Matty Bowen of Wigan. Who will be heartbroken, who will be delighted, and who will be going home the winners? Well, Leeds are in the box seat. A 10-point advantage as Zach Hardacre restarts the second half and gives the kick straight to Matty Bowen.
Well, the obvious thing that Sean Wayne would have said to his Wigan players was cut out the mistakes. Far too many errors in that first 40. And their kicking game was certainly not up to the standard as what we've seen from the Leeds Rhinos.
Steve-O, you're right, it's been the mistakes, but curiously, when I checked on the numbers, Leeds have made as many mistakes as Wigan, but I think it's been the superior kicking game. It's been about field position in terms of the Rhinos making the most of it. So Wigan Warriors are very much still in this game.
Yes, very much indeed, with this just a 10-point advantage to make up. This is Lan Patrick, farewell appearance for him as well tonight. Bowen.
Oh, knock on.
Missed Farrell. It is a knock on. George Williams has only just heard the referee's whistle.
Well, we talk about the errors, but it's been in an area where they've suffered most.
Well, you have to try things, don't you, on the last tackle? Just passing it, just kicking the ball every time doesn't become a threat to opponents. They know what's going to happen. It's very predictable. Running the ball's not a bad shout. They just didn't take the most of it. There's another one of the offloads. Both teams made a similar number in the first half, but more often than not, Leeds reacted and capitalised on an offload and turned it into their advantage.
Ryan Hall trying to move the ball upfield. Terry O'Connor is the man now on social media, at Sky Sports RL, hashtag AskSkyRL on the Twitter account. Barry will be taking his turn later on. You've already heard from Steve-O.
That's a knock on.
Knock on now.
Well, I didn't expect that with a 10-point lead. I thought they would have just tucked it under the jumper. No doubt about it. Maguire definitely knocks this one on.
Yeah, just a stroke on the floor. Comes off his... there. Oh, now then.
Yeah,
he says it didn't hit him, it didn't touch him.
I think
on that picture he had a bit of a case.
Well, it looked like he might have just got his fingertips right on the top of the ball, just scraped it forward slightly, I think.
And that's all needed, all that's needed. This is Gildart.
Brian McDermott won't be happy with that. He knows that all they've got to do is to try to control again, because, as I said, the difference so far, Leeds, especially the kicking from Maguire, Sinfield and Rob Burrow, they've been able to turn Wigan around.
Chance for Wigan here to score the first try of the second half. They got the first try of the match. They have a penalty here for a high shot by Leuluai.
They didn't miss him.
Steve-O, it's obvious to say that George Williams, he's been one of the most effective players for the Cherry and Whites, but what he's doing, he's targeting Peacock, Garbutt, Leuluai. He knows they're not quite as agile as them.
Good ball from Williams to Farrell, and Farrell was nearly through, but four Leeds jerseys came out of nowhere. Here now is Matty Smith. Matty Smith leaves it then for Mossop. Mossop puts Peacock on his backside. Watkins was there as reinforcements. Powell, Smith to Bowen. Oh, that was a bit of a grab by Kylie Leuluai. Powell waits 10 metres away. Smith then fires the pass to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin turns around, offloads. Matty Smith will carry it forward, give it to Bowen. Bit of space for Bowen, bit of space for Matty. Oh, he lost it. Oh, but he managed to hold on to it before it hit the ground. Last one here for Wigan. Smith drifts it into the in-goal area. Goal line dropout coming up. George Williams was hunting.
Yeah, good little kick through. Williams knew exactly where he was going. Beautiful little dab by Matty Smith. And I think you'll find that it's Sinfield that's got the fingertips to this. Yep. Well, this is earlier. He just gets it. Boy, that was close. That was so close.
Yeah, he managed to keep it off the floor. That was the big issue there. He got it onto his leg, so right call.
Lan Patrick back at Huddersfield next year. Keeps the legs pumping into the 30-metre zone for Wigan. Taking on this Leeds Rhinos defence. Farrell again. Maybe the liveliest of the Wigan players out there tonight so far. Here is Bateman. Gildart, is it? Yes, it's Gildart. Gildart over on that far side. Burgess. Score of the first try. Looking for the first in this second half. Quick play the ball. Matty Smith back that way. Bowen gets the ball away again. Sam Powell drops the pass off to Lan Patrick. And he is spun to the ground on tackle number 4. They're 5 metres away, Wigan. O'Loughlin, wide it goes to Gildart. Gildart steps through one challenge. So close, Oliver Gildart. And Burgess is there.
That was tremendous work there by Kevin Sinfield. Williams is getting the ball away.
O'Loughlin high, looking for Dom Manfredi, only finding Ryan Hall. No! He's picked his pocket as Manfredi. Dominic Manfredi has scored the first try of the second half. It looked for all the world that was Ryan Hall's.
It wasn't till he
rose above him and plucked the ball out of the air. He was out on loan at Workington at the start of the year. He's just scored a try in the grand final. The stuff of fairy tales.
Unbelievable. You can see here that Williams kept it alive. He looked, O'Loughlin kicked into the corner. It looked as though Ryan Hall had got it, but Manfredi, what the last couple of months this Wigan has had in the cherry and whites. You can see there that the skipper could see right into the corner. And it's plucked away like a cherry off the tree. Boy, an expensive cherry as well. Very rarely do you see Ryan Hall get beaten for strength. He was just dragged away by the winger Manfredi, and it has put the cherry and whites well and truly back into this game.
Just what they wanted. Dom Manfredi, 22nd try of the season. This is only his 18th appearance of the year, and he got a try against Leeds in the Super 8s in August, and he has just breathed life into the Wigan challenge. Now can Matty Bowen add the extra two? And the answer is yes, he can. So they're back within 4, Wigan. Leeds at 16, Wigan 12.
I'm convinced that it's the kicking game and composure that will get Wigan Warriors back into this game. I know it comes off an offload from George Williams, but eyes up from Sean O'Loughlin. He knows where he wants to put it, and Dom Manfredi has done a real number. Ryan Hall is a big man, let me tell you. He's 108, 109 kgs, and I was at the side of Dom Manfredi. He's nowhere near that, so he's done a real number on his opposite winger.
And he's got Wigan back into this grand final.
And Brian McDermott will look back on the previous incident where Jamie Peacock offloaded when it wasn't on. They didn't have to do that. They had a 10-point lead. The kicking game's been superb, and yet it allowed Wigan to get back into the game.
So here they come with Patrick again to Wigan. Leeds believe now, I think they will have to just weather the storm for a few moments. Quick hands, Gildart, that's knocked down by Briscoe. Knock on. Wigan more possession, more pressure.
It's always a gamble, Eddie. He knew that if he didn't get a hand to this, he would have been away. Certainly Burgess was hunting.
You know, if you look at the record books, Leeds have won 6 titles to Wigan's 3, and yet Wigan have got 35 wins from 63 in Super League against the Rhinos. It's also 6-5 to the Warriors in these playoff encounters, and yet all those Super League titles have gone to Leeds. Makes you wonder, as Bateman gets to his feet eventually and plays the ball to Powell. This is Matty Smith, back he comes to Bowen. Bowen is through! Bowen is through! Oh! Fairy tales might come through! Matty Bowen under the sticks for Wigan, levels the score. It's his last match for the Wigan Warriors. That fella's delighted, and so is he. Matty Bowen just weaved his way through the Leeds defensive line and blocked the ball underneath the sticks, and he'll take the conversion. Wigan will be ahead by 2 points in a moment.
And they've only got themselves to blame. As you can see there, Briscoe gets a knock off, and then it's back on the inside. They should have had the numbers. They did have the numbers, but the jinking, the sidestepping, fullback Matty Bowen, he's always likely to do something like that. Poor defence in the end, couldn't stop it. Maguire tried to dislodge the ball. Look at the face on Matty Bowen. He knows under the sticks they're going to take the lead again. Does it matter to the fans? Just have a look at this guy.
Well, a lovely moment for Matty Bowen there. Gets his try. He's going to attempt to convert it, but he cradled the ball, simulating a baby. He's had a birth of a child recently. And it's a wonderful response from Wigan, who are right back in this game. Will they take the lead now?
So Bowen then with this opportunity to add the extras and nudge Wigan ahead. They were ahead in the 3rd minute. They were level after 7, and this will be the first time they go ahead since then. And Bowen makes no mistake in front of all the Wigan supporters. Matty Bowen retiring at the end of tonight, and John Duncan retiring too after, well, a fantastic television career. He invented the television camera, I think, and John has been peering down that lens for us for a quarter of a century. Happy retirement, John.
Well, Eddie, a real pattern forming now for the Wigan team. They're continuing to throw numbers right back down the middle, around the play of the ball. The big diesel burners that are in the Leeds Rhinos blue and amber shirts, they're having to do effort on effort. I talked about George Williams stepping back, looking to isolate and make Peacock, Garbutt, Leuluai do extra work. Well, Matty Bowen profited from that little jaunt.
And he scored 9 tries now this year, has Matty Bowen, and would you believe that 4 of them have come against the Rhinos?
Yeah,
this is the one that matters.
Yeah, and he always looks dangerous, doesn't he? The way he chimes into the three-quarter line can be outstanding, but I agree with Baz on that one. It was poor defence by the tiring forwards.
But an incredible first 10 minutes of the second half for Wigan. And Zach Hardacre will pick it up and will then find Ryan Hall, and the Wigan wall has arrived.
Well, not only have Wigan had a lot of possession in the first 10 minutes, they've had it in the best part of the field. They've turned it into a great advantage, and at the moment they seem totally re-energised here, don't they? Just look at that split there. No wonder they look on top. But Leeds have shown their ability this season, and particularly in the last 2 weeks, to hang on when it gets tough.
Yes, they have. And with offloads like that from Adam Cuthbertson, Josh Walters hanging on to it under pressure.
Well, they're into
anything is possible.
Yeah, they're into the chasing game now.
He's off again, is Cuthbertson. Wigan know these offloads are so dangerous. Last tackle coming up here this set. High off the boot of Sinfield, bit long. Bowen's waiting. Bowen pouches it.
Yeah, not the best there from Sinfield. Plenty of time for the fullback, Matty Bowen. There's no one anywhere near him. That's good play. Taking that short blind side. George Williams, slowly but surely, coming into this game very, very strong.
Farrell again will take it forward, straight at Watkins and Maguire. O'Loughlin into centre field to Bowen. He then finds Bateman. And Bateman needed a good tackle, and it was from Burrow. Bowen again to Matty Smith.
I just get the impression, Eddie, that some of these Leeds forwards, they are struggling.
Williams high and towards the wing. Briscoe waits, does well. Gets the great offload away, and also to Hardacre. And here comes the response from Leeds and the man of steel. Anyone there? No, couldn't slip the pass. He's looking for Kinehorst.
It also had 2 supports back on the inside. Rob Burrow was one of them.
Sinfield. It's Maguire to Moon. So dangerous, Moon, and Manfredi knows it.
Great tackle by the winger. Super stuff.
Cuthbertson, Peacock. Peacock goes down 20 metres away. Burrow is waiting.
Another drive perhaps, Eddie, and then they'll get the little dribble kick in.
It's with Maguire, and he is Moon.
He's lost it.
Lost the ball forward, it's the turnover, and here comes Matty Bowen. The free play, he hangs on.
Oh, what a time. What a time to lose it. I know that he was setting up for the kick.
Williams, spun to the ground by Sinfield and Ablett.
He's asked a few questions, hasn't he, the young standoff. Williams is not frightened about taking them on.
Gildart plays the ball to Liam Farrell.
Oh, that's over the top. Should have been a penalty, it is. They're just losing the plot slightly. The Leeds.
They're losing the play of the ball, Steve. They can't get themselves back on side. Wigan Warriors landing on the front, playing the ball quicker than their opponents, and that's always going to put stress and pressure on any defensive outfit. You're right, Callum Watkins lunging, grasping. It gives Wigan Warriors another 20 metres.
Well, Kevin Sinfield with the miss in the first half, only just. That's the difference between the two sides coming into this match. On aggregate in 4 meetings, it was only 2 points that separated them on aggregate. The kick from Sinfield and the Super League trophy there in the possession of the supporter made out of silver paper. It's a bit of a more expensive version that these two sides are battling it out to win here, and Williams was almost through. He gets the ball away to Bowen. This is Liam Farrell, and Farrell is halted by Peacock.
And again, some of the Leeds forwards, they're struggling.
Oh, Lachlan.
There's not much juice left in the forwards, I'll tell you.
McIlorum, short ball from him. Oh, and they think he's got the ball over there. No, knock on, says the referee. He's right on the spot is Ben Thaler.
Yeah, good positioning there by the man with the whistle.
It's about the defence, Mike. Brilliant tackle here, isn't it? Is it Watkins who gets the credit? There's about 5 or 6 trying to keep the side. The tide court gone against Leeds here now, but some possession. They've got to respect it here better. They lost it the last time they had it. Can't afford to do that.
Lam Patrick almost with the perfect end to his Wigan spell.
Well, Leeds, boy, they needed a penalty. They're finding it difficult to get over that advantage line.
You might find an early kick from Kevin Sinfield. How important his kicking game was last weekend.
Yes, maybe so. It's with Maguire. It's now with Hardacre.
And again, solid man-on-man defence by Wigan.
Ablett, who threw the first challenge, gets the ball away. And Maguire holds on despite the attention of Liam Farrell. This is Burrow.
Got to get the kick in.
Sinfield does. Towards the corner. It's just bounced, touching goal.
Well, the idea was good. Execution not. And they won't be rushing this, Wigan.
You have to be so precise with your kicks, don't you, into the in-goal area. We've said all night it's a shallow in-goal area at Old Trafford for the grand final.
Move, Jamie! Ready, lads, ready!
Well, who's going to win this? 2 points the difference.
Oh, it could go anyway. It's all about field position now.
Hold it, lads. Good.
But what is going to be left in the tank, especially in the Leeds pack? Quite a few of them, they look a little bit downhearted, a little bit tired.
Great ball from McIlorum, finds Tompkins. Great ball from him, and a knock on by Manfredi.
This will be the free play. He'll bring them back.
Bring them back for the scrum.
And again, we saw Leeds a little bit tired on that blind side. Joel Tompkins slipped the ball away. You can see that Ryan Hall, he'd come in off the wing.
He'll be so disappointed, Dominic Manfredi. We've seen that combination all season. Joel Tompkins holds that ball in one hand. He's got a wonderful grip. He rolls it into the path of his winger, and the winger fails on his assignment. We talked about the forwards being and looking a little bit tired. A couple of minutes ago, Kainos and young Josh Walters, they entered the fray. Even they're looking tired at the minute, and they're fresh on the pitch.
Solid defence. Solid defence there from Ben Flower. This is Ablett.
And you can see quite clearly, Eddie, that this Leeds outfit is struggling to make progress up the field of play.
Peacock will try and get them to halfway, but fails. 5 metres inside his own half, plays the ball. Mitch Garbutt Gets them over halfway, makes 10 good metres. Here's Sinfield at dummy half. Now it's with Rob Burrow. Burrow then to Maguire. He'll hoist the kick and he'll chase it himself. Will Danny Maguire. Bowen claims it.
Brilliant stuff. Well, he's having a brilliant second half, that is for sure, Matty Bowen. He was always a threat in the first stanza. But Leeds' defence at that point was pretty strong.
Is Matty Bowen playing himself into the Harry Sunderland Award, do you think, Steve-O, in this second half? I'm asking a former winner of that award for the answer.
Well, sometimes you need someone with that little bit of a spark, and they're a little bit lethargic, weren't they, Wigan, in that first 40 minutes? But Matty Bowen really has just added that little extra dimension to him.
Crosby, great run there from the big prop forward.
This will be a high kick, surely.
It will, because they're on the last. Oh, he's done well there as McIlaurin. Because Watkins was loitering with intent in the ruck, and McIlaurin just throws the ball at him. Look.
Yep. Smart piece of play from the hooker. Often accused hookers of having little brain.
Now, what do they do here, Wigan? They're going to take two. They're going to attempt to take two.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision as well.
I think it suits Leeds, Mike. I do. Really. If any side want to rest, it's Leeds. In the middle, they look so vulnerable now, don't they, when Wigan pick it up and run down the centre of the field. I don't think the kick changes much, does it? Leeds needed to score a try anyway to win the game and get back in it.
So Matty Bowen. Imagine saying he hasn't missed one tonight. He hasn't.
Well, it's within his range. It's within his range, Eddie. And I think Sean Wayne will be very, very pleased that he's going to go for the two.
Steve, and what it does allow you, you can get your composure. With just 20 minutes to go, it's a further 2 points. You can gather your thoughts, you get in a group. And I know that Leeds Rhinos look like they're tired, and if I have got a concern over Leeds Rhinos, it's can the older players continue and finish off as strong as what these Wigan youngsters can.
Chairman of Wigan with the Red Rose alongside him, Chris Radlinski. And just wondering if the glory will be theirs in the next 19 minutes. Bowen then to increase the lead, to double the lead. Well, he's kicking well, he's playing well. Matty Bowen, with 19 minutes remaining, gives Wigan a 4-point advantage. The Leeds Rhinos have it all to do on this, the third of the 3 steps to heaven, after the win against Huddersfield and Saints in the last 2 weeks.
And they've got to find field position of Leeds. It's been very rare that you've got into the danger red zone on the Wigan outfit. And they know it. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, he knows that they're under a lot of pressure.
Yes, they are. They're without Jamie Jones-Buchanan. They have been for much of this season. With a season-ending injury and no Stevie Ward either. But you write this lot off at your peril, the Leeds Rhinos.
Oh, there'll be quite a few twists in the tail, I would imagine.
McLaughlin was almost through.
Yeah, good work by Sinfield there. Had to be.
Well, McIlaurin was looking for another penalty then because Sinfield was in the ruck.
Yeah, he kicked
the referee would have none of it then.
He kicked it into him rather than pass it.
Smith. Ooh,
what a take.
Tell you what, that was a great take by Briscoe.
Was it ever? That looked very dangerous for a man that has got decent hands anyway, I'll put it that way.
Well, he's played in 4 Wembley finals as Tom Briscoe. We all know what he did at Wembley in August, his 5 tries. This is his first grand final. I bet right now he would swap one of those 5 Wembley tries for one here at this very moment.
Well, there's plenty of time, so the Rhinos don't have to panic. But they have to get deep into Wigan's territory. They can't seem to do it. This little fella might take them through.
Gives it to Ablett. And he gets the ball away brilliantly to Sinfield.
Good work by Williams. Grabbed hold of the ball carrying arm. Sinfield couldn't offload.
Maguire. Last tackle, so he hoists the kick to the left-hand side. Oh, it's come back to the... Here is Kindhold! Josh Walters! The young substitute's come off the bench and he's levelled the match in his first grand final. In fact, it's in his first playoff game. 20 years of age, Josh Walters. The kick out wide caused Wigan problems. And young Josh Walters, has he written himself into the Leeds Rhinos history book?
Tremendous kick. Danny Maguire, who was the start of the first 40 minutes. And they did well to keep it alive. He will not believe this. If they go on to win, the Leeds Rhinos, this youngster, he can have the freedom of the town, freedom of the city of Leeds.
Well, he hasn't played for 4 weeks, and he didn't get on in the first 40 minutes. But boy, he's made a big contribution with those 4 points. Potentially a massive one.
And look what it means to Jamie Peacock and Kevin Sinfield, two men at the other end of the age scale. He looks like he's taken a bang in scoring that try, but he will talk about that moment for the rest of his life, will Josh Walters. And Kevin Sinfield here has the kick to nudge the Rhinos in front again.
You never say never with this outfit, do you? And with the leadership of Kevin Sinfield, but what about the kick from Danny Maguire? Remember, it was Danny Maguire that just popped up. Little kick over the top against Huddersfield that ensured that Ryan Hall scored that dramatic try with only seconds remaining, and it lifted the league leaders' shield. Can this kick put them nearer to the treble?
Well, you'd back Sinfield to kick this, but look at the crowd here at Old Trafford, and he holds his nerve. Does Kevin Sinfield. Leeds are back in front. Josh Walters' only previous try this year in a 70 points to 6 win over Salford. Watch this again.
Eddie, and as a youngster, you dream of scoring these tries in big games. Started his career playing rugby union in North Yorkshire, came to the Rhinos on trial a couple of years ago, and that's what it means to him. Puts his arm in the air, salutes the Leeds fans, and I tell you what, there is absolutely nothing in this game, and it could come down to a penalty, could come down to a mistake near your try line. Who's the one who is going to make that mistake?
We have a quarter of an hour left of the 2015 season, and this season where every minute matters. Josh Walters has gone to the bench because he was injured in scoring that try, but in this season where every minute matters, we have 15 minutes that matter.
Well, it was a tremendous effort by Ryan Hall as well. He was the man that got up to the top and just flicked the ball back straight into the arms of Tom Briscoe. And the rest, as we say, is history. But they can't shut up shop. But Leeds have got to go back to that kicking game, which was superior to Wigan in the first half. It's a good bounce. That's a good chase.
It's a great chase.
It's amazing what a try can do to lift his spirit. We kept saying that Leeds, especially their forwards, were looking very, very tired indeed. Oh, that was a high shot.
Well, we'll just wait a moment or two.
Eddie, and you talk about, John Wells was talking before the game about 1%ers. The 1%er for Leeds on that play was the kick chase. It was absolutely brilliant. You win that last play on the 5th play, you kick on the front foot, makes it so much easier for you.
Well, there was certainly a high shot in there. Previous to this play the ball. And the way Wigan have got it, and they now have to play catch up.
Just a slight pause in play while the stewards came on and removed a gentleman from the field who had decided to come on and try and make an impact. He failed miserably. And Smith hoists the kick high. That is a real old-fashioned up and under. But Bowen's on the end of it and he loses it forward. And don't forget, this is a free play. Ryan Hall Ryan Hall spinning away from challenges all over the shop. Can't get away from Bateman. Let's go down to Brian Carney.
Yeah, Eddie, I've got the most recent try scorer just behind me getting some treatment. Josh Walters, Brett Delaney just making his way past him now to get back and have a little bit of a stretch and get back out on the field. Josh Walters getting some treatment on his leg now, just a knock, the physio team have said, and they expect him to play a further part in this game should he be required by Brian McDermott. It may yet still be a fairy tale night for Josh Walters.
It may yet be, and this is Burrow, meanwhile, who is clawed to the ground by Bateman. And here goes Joel Moon, who shrugs Bateman off this time. Into centre field it goes to Garbutt. And Garbutt goes down 10 metres away, rather 10 metres inside the Wigan half.
But Leeds have got over the halfway line. That's so important. They know this will be a high kick.
It will, and then it'll be a real charge, surely. Sinfield, oh no, he's gone down the line with a bouncing ball that is dealt with by Burgess. I don't know whether that was in the script.
No, neither do I. I don't think that was the right option. And even if it was, none of his fellow players knew he was going to do it. They were all hanging back, expecting the kick. Well, it was a kick, but not the right one.
Bowen gets the ball away. Bateman offloads to Matty Smith, and he is just gobbled up by Carl Ablett. Anxious moments now for Sean Wayne, because the clock is ticking against him.
Away, Dan!
Brian McDermott, the coach of the year. Is the treble coming to fruition? Looked like it in the first half. Wigan's fight back in the second's been magnificent.
Discipline pretty good from Leeds at the moment. This is the last, so they're going for the power play.
Joel Tompkins with the kick. Bowen's after it, but Ryan Hall collects it. Ooh, and that was a little bit reckless by Manfredi.
Silly play. And it's things like that can just turn the game. And on this occasion, he turned the winger and he's given 30, 40 metres away. Just got a little bit too enthusiastic with that.
He's very lucky.
It would have been a lot worse.
Ryan Hall managed to get his arm down to protect himself, and in some cases that's sometimes sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes.
And that's the essence of the discipline that we often talk about. It can make or break a team.
Terry O'Connor shaking his head, but that was dangerous, Terry.
In all honesty, I didn't think it was a penalty, Eddie.
Under the laws of the game, you know, it's dangerous. He's inverted him, so it's no option but to give that penalty.
Hardacre trying to force him over the whitewash on the far side. Gildart. Briscoe now. Briscoe into centre field to Cuthbertson. Further wide it comes to Kinehorst. And Kinehorst goes wide and finds Hall. It wasn't the best pass, he had to stretch for it. But Ryan Hall, look at the strength of him.
Offside.
He's offside, is Joel Tompkins.
Yep. It ricocheted off it. Joel Tompkins was stood in front.
He's given the knock on though, has he, Stuart, here?
I think he's decided that he's actually, Joel Tompkins has run back beyond the point where Matty Smith played the ball. It's very marginal, but they're both travelling in the same direction, so he may well be right on that.
He's offside, no doubt about it.
Well, there's a much difference between a scrum and a penalty, as the mic here, probably for Leeds.
I think it's a penalty.
Yeah, but the outcome for the Rhinos will be the same. They'll get possession inside Wigan's 20.
Indeed so, with Maguire, and here is Cuthbertson. He gets it away to Hardacre, and Hardacre wide to Briscoe. Briscoe stays somehow in the field of play, gets it back to Maguire. This momentum lost briefly then by the Rhinos, perhaps.
What again?
Hardacre again.
But Leeds are again losing the plot when they don't need to. They're in front.
You can't take it out of people like Cuthbertson's head that he's got to get the ball away at every opportunity. Here is Peacock.
He wasn't trying to offload on that occasion.
This is Burrow. Here is Cuthbertson. Now it's Hardacre.
Good tackle by Williams. Had to be right round the ankles.
Burrow 3 metres away. Gives it to Cuthbertson, a desperate tackle.
McAlorum.
Brilliant shot. Do you know he's hurting her? That was absolute fabulous defence from Mickey McLaurin.
Got to get the kick in.
Sinfield slides the kick in, looking for Kinehorst. The ball's everywhere. It's picked up in the end by Matty Smith, and here comes Bateman on the response.
Eddie, that shot from Mickey McLaurin has kept Wigan in the game.
Look at this from the
brilliant.
hooker. sensational. Brings a big fella down, snaps at the legs.
Wigan's go-to play here, Eddie, will be wide to the left here now. George Williams, they're going to try and get them outside that left side attack.
Tony Clubb trying to battle his way through. Social media is alive with this grand final tonight. You can talk to our boys. That's a lovely chip through. Here goes Burgess. Burgess inside off the feet of Farrell. It's play on. They've reached the last tackle. Leeds somehow scramble their way back.
And they still haven't got in that line.
Matty Smith to Joel Tompkins. Here is Bateman. Forward pass.
It was as well. It drifted. It's a turnover. Well, Joel Tompkins can't believe it.
Steve-O, they were trying to get the ball to the right edge then, Wigan, because Joel Moon had dropped right back, so there was space on the edge. If there was a couple of clean passes there, Leeds could have been in trouble.
Well, on the replay,
yes.
Yeah, that was a big question mark.
Oh, what a ball from Cuthbertson to Moon. What a tackle by Tompkins.
Did well
Bateman over
Moon
the
there.
top, and Moon stays somehow in the field of play.
Well, you could see Bateman was trying to hoping that he could hold him up and get him over the whitewash. But he just dropped to the floor, made sure he didn't go into touch.
Peacock.
And this is where you've got to see the magic of Danny Maguire. Oh, it's got to be a penalty.
High with that one. They'll take two here, surely.
Will they ever?
Would you really?
I would.
Only to wind the clock down, Phil. 73 in the three-quarter minutes.
I think staying at the other end of the field is more important for Leeds here. Hit him in the head is a penalty. The clock's still ticking. The referee just said time off.
But then they have a minute, don't they, to set themselves for the kick. But was this a forward pass, Stuart?
Well, my initial thoughts were that it came out of the hands forward and continues travelling. It doesn't matter where the passer ends up, but it comes out of the hands forward. So, you know, it's a forward passing by the laws of the game.
Well, a few years ago, that would have been classified as the momentum rule.
No, that isn't the momentum rule, Steve-O. It doesn't matter where the passer ends up. It's all about what happens to the ball.
Leeds supporters were with us. They said a kick for goal for two. The Leeds Rhinos have ignored everybody, and they're here now with Brad Singleton. They've ignored everybody except Phil Clark, who said that this is where they need to be as we approach the last 5 minutes of the grand final. And here's Peacock. And down he goes. 8 metres away. Burrow, Cuthbertson. Offloads to Maguire. Kinehorst! Desperate defence. Maguire knows history beckons. Here now is Callum Watkins. Watkins offloads to the man of steel. Zach Hardaker bumps off a couple, goes down. McAlorum again with an important tackle. Briscoe, Sinfield, Delaney.
Rob Burrow, will he go on his own? Will he throw the dummy?
And he's gone on his own, and he'll turn over possession 3 metres away from the Wigan line. Into the last 5 minutes, Leeds with a 2-point advantage.
Well, it looked as though Liam Farrell just used the need to nudge the little fella out of the way.
Now Leeds will fire in defence, led by Singleton.
They've got to be careful, got to get back behind the official. This is a time where you've got to concentrate. Do not give away a penalty. Do not go for the head.
Bowen, is he going to be denied again? Or do we have yet another twist in the tail tonight? Bateman gets the ball away brilliantly to Williams. And Peacock is there with Delaney to bring him down. Good ball, Tony Clubb. Oh!
Lost it. Knock on. He knows it. He had to go for it. That could be curtains. Just lost control. Did Delaney do enough? Perhaps. Frustration.
Well, the pressure's on Wigan now because Wigan 2 points behind on the scoreboard. They've got to force the ball. And the reason why Leeds Rhinos didn't go for that penalty because they didn't want to receive the ball near their own line. But they've got decent position here. The Leeds fans are really cheering them on. and they're playing on the front foot. They know now that they've got 4 minutes to go before the final whistle, and the 2 points cleared on the scoreboard. Big finish, Eddie.
A big finish indeed, and they're running towards their own supporters, the Leeds Rhinos here.
And this is where you close it down. Leeds, they know how to do that. They know how to just give it to the forwards. One out rugby league football. They've got the kicking power. Sinfield, Maguire, Old Barrow, doesn't matter. Any one of those. Get to the last and then get it over that whitewash. Keep that clock ticking away.
Here we are.
Delaney goes down, Burrow waits. The clock is ticking down. And Maguire thundered to the floor.
Ready.
By Sean O'Loughlin.
Few words being said.
Sinfield stabs the ball in. Batty Bowen's picked it up.
Move, Jimmy!
What a good job that Sinfield got to him in the end.
Wigan's last chance may be 3 minutes remaining, but they've got to go from one end of the field to the other. And Williams.
Two. Play on two. Move, Danny!
Eventually, Danny Maguire gets to him. Gildart waits. And Gildart will try and hop and skip and jump his way through.
What a perfect ending for a brilliant season here. We are going to get into the last minute, and the marketeers are right. Every minute has mattered this year. Boy, they're going to take it to the very last one.
Bowen, desperate, gets it away to Smith. Smith keeps it alive to Manfredi. And Manfredi can't get through. Wigan fans, they suffered the pain of defeat 12 months ago. Is it going to be the same again? Or have Wigan got something up their sleeve? Bateman goes down, tackle number 5, 40 metres from their own line.
Chip over the top, perhaps. Hardacre has gone deep. Oh, what on earth?
Tony Clubb that was. Oops! Well, somehow they've managed to hang on, but then the tackle is made, it's the turnover. Desperate measures from Wigan.
Well, what on earth were they thinking here?
Well, it was Tony Clubb.
I know.
Well, that's just panic rugby, isn't it? Because the people, they were just trying to offload the ball. The key players who were supposed to be kicking the ball weren't in the position.
No, but at least you could see that Sean O'Loughlin was at the side of him.
One move!
They have 1 minute
Come on!
and 40 seconds to go. And they have won the treble, the Leeds Rhinos.
You talk about getting the second wind. It looks as though it's disappointment for Sean Wayne. And for the first time ever, it looks as though the hoodoo in big finals, Eddie, has gone. Are Leeds going to hang on?
Or are they going to score some more points?
Movement!
Wigan might have, what, 45 seconds to get themselves up the other end of the field. Cuthbertson keeps the movement going, keeps it alive to Hardacre. Here is Briscoe.
Kick it over the whitewash. Either the touch or dead in goal.
Burrow does exactly that. And Wigan will surely race to the scrum and ask the referee to hold the clock up, which he now does.
Great stuff from the experience. Little man Rob Burrow. He's had a fine game. The combination of...
One more set, says Kevin Sinfield.
You know what,
One more set.
Sorry, Eddie, and he took control in that set of 6. He got behind the dummy half, he was passing the ball, he was probing his forwards, he was telling Rob Burrow what he wanted him to do.
And sorry, James, but there's no fullback.
Ryan Hall's in a pocket there. If the ball went long, Ryan Hall's there, Tom Briscoe would drop back on the other side. They had that covered, I think, then, Steve-O.
Yeah, but I would have taken the gamble.
Well, this is it. This is it for Wigan. 20 seconds remaining, 2 points the difference again between these two fantastic teams. The top two in the competition. Long raking ball finds Williams eventually. Here is Burgess. Burgess gets it away to Farrell. Inside the last 5 seconds.
They've got to get a kick away.
Counting down.
They've got to get...
fans. There's the kick wide, looking for Manfredi. Off Burrow, off Maguire, into the arms of Hall. They have won the treble. Leeds Rhinos have won the treble. Brian McDermott has won the treble. The Peacock. And the perfect end to a season of all seasons for Brian McDermott, the coach of the year.